The 3rd Dismounted Brigade was a formation of the British Army in the First World War. It was formed in Egypt in February 1916 by absorbing the Eastern Mounted Brigade and the South Eastern Mounted Brigade. The brigade served as part of the Western Frontier Force and the Suez Canal defenses. In January 1917, the brigade was reorganized and redesignated as the 230th Brigade and joined the 74th Division in March. It served with the division in the Sinai and Palestine campaign and on the Western Front. 3rd Dismounted Brigade. The 3rd Dismounted Brigade, commanded by Henry Hodgson, was formed in Egypt on the 22nd of February 1916 by absorbing the Eastern Mounted Brigade and the South Eastern Mounted Brigade. The Eastern Mounted Brigade had served dismounted in the Gallipoli campaign from the 8th of October to the 19th of December 1915, attached to the 54th Division. Similarly, the South Eastern Mounted Brigade served in Gallipoli from the 8th of October to the 30th of December 1915, attached to the 42nd Division. Both brigades were withdrawn to Egypt in December 1915 and formed part of the Suez Canal defenses. The 2nd Dismounted Brigade was formed with the following composition: 1/1 of a stone Royal East Kent Yeomanry, 1/1 of a stone Suffolk Yeomanry, 1/1 of a stone Queen's Own West Kent Yeomanry, 1/1 of a stone Norfolk Yeomanry, 1/1 of a stone Sussex Yeomanry, 1/1 of a stone Welsh Horse Yeomanry. 3rd Dismounted Brigade Machine Gun Company. 3rd Dismounted Brigade Signal Troop. 1 Eastern Mounted Brigade Field Ambulance (RAMC). 1 South Eastern Mounted Brigade Field Ambulance (RAMC). The brigade served as part of the Suez Canal defenses from the 14th of March to the 26th of July, attached to 42nd Division. It then joined the Western Frontier Force. By the end of the year, it was back on the Suez 230th Brigade. The brigade was with the Suez Canal defenses when, on the 14th of January 1917, Egyptian Expeditionary Force Order No. 26 instructed that the 2nd, 3rd and 4th Dismounted Brigades be reorganized as the 229th, 230th and 231st Brigades. Consequently, the 3rd Dismounted Brigade was redesignated 230th Brigade on the 14th of January. The brigade units were reorganized in January and February 1917. 10th Battalion, Buffs. 12th Battalion, Norfolk Regiment. 15th Battalion, Suffolk Regiment. 16th Battalion, Royal Sussex Regiment. 209th Machine Gun Company, 230th Trench Mortar Battery, 230th Field Ambulance. The remaining Yeomanry Regiment, 1/1 of a stone Welsh Horse, was amalgamated with 1/1 of a stone Montgomeryshire Yeomanry of 4th Dismounted Brigade at Helmy on the 4th of March 1917 and redesignated 25th Battalion, Royal Welsh Fusiliers. It joined 231st Brigade on the 5th of April. On the 23rd of February, the GOCEEF sought permission from the War Office to form the 229th, 230th and 231st Brigades into a new division. The War Office granted permission and the new 74th Division started to form. The 230th Brigade joined the division at Deir el-Balah between 9 and the 13th of April. 230th Brigade remained with 74th Division for the rest of the war. With the 74th Division, the brigade took part in the invasion of Palestine in 1917 and 1918. It fought in the Second and Third Battles of Gaza. At the end of 1917, it took part in the capture and defense of Jerusalem, and in March 1918 in the Battle of Tel Assur. On the 3rd of April 1918, the division was warned that it would move to France, and by the 30th of April 1918 had completed embarkation at Alexandria. Before departure for France, the 209th Machine Gun Company joined 4th, 210th and 261st MG companies to form 74th Battalion, Machine Gun Corps. It concentrated at Alexandria between 17 and the 30th of April and departed for France with the division on the latter date. In May 1918, the brigade landed at Marseille, France with 74th Division. It served in France and Flanders with the division for the rest of the war. By the 18th of May, the division had concentrated around Rouen in the Abbeville area. Here the dismounted yeomanry underwent training for service on the Western Front, particularly gas defense. Due to a lack of replacements, British infantry divisions on the Western Front had been reduced from 12 to 9 battalions in January and February 1918. To conform with this new structure, on the 21st of June, 12th Royal Scots Fusiliers, 12th Norfolk Regiment and 24th Royal Welsh Fusiliers left 74th Division. They were used to reconstitute 94th Brigade of 31st Division, which was renamed 94th Brigade on the date. On the 14th of July 1918, the Yeomanry Division went into the line for the first time, near Merville on the right of 11th Corps. From September 1918, as part of 3rd Corps of 4th Army, it took part in the 100 Days Offensive, including the Second Battle of the Somme and the battles of the Hindenburg Line. In October and November 1918, it took part in the final advance in Artois and Flanders. By the armistice, it was near Tournai, Belgique, still with 74th Division. With the end of the war, the troops of 74th Division were engaged in railway repair work, and education was undertaken while demobilization began. The division and its subformations were disbanded on the 10th of July 1919. Commanders: the 3rd Dismounted Brigade, 230th Brigade had the following commanders during its existence. Colonel H. W. Hodgson was the commander of the Eastern Mounted Brigade from the 1st of April 1912. He took command of 3rd Dismounted Brigade on formation. Bibliography. Beck, Major F. Order of Battle of Divisions Part 2A. The Territorial Force Mounted Divisions and the First Line Territorial Force Divisions. London, His Majesty's Stationery Office. ISBN 1-871-16712-4. Beck, Major F. Order of Battle of Divisions Part 2B. The Second Line Territorial Force Divisions with the Home Service Divisions and 74th and 75th Divisions. London, His Majesty's Stationery Office. ISBN 1-871-16700. Beck, Major F. Order of Battle of Divisions Part 3B. New Army Divisions and AMP. 63rd Division. London, His Majesty's Stationery Office. ISBN 1-871-1670086. James Brigadier. British Regiments 1914-18. London, Samson Books Limited. ISBN 0-906304-032. Haythornthwaite, Philip J. The World War I Source Book. London, Arms and Armour Press. ISBN 1-85409-351-7. Westlake Ray. British Regiments at Gallipoli. Barnsley, Leo Cooper. ISBN 0-85052-511-X.